Well, hi and welcome to TOOP TV. We're here in Glen Osmond and shortly on SA's Finest we'll be showing you through this beautiful home. Also coming up shortly on the show is our final segment on constructing your outdoor entertainment area. And as always, don't forget we're live and interactive. We'll be answering your questions at the end of the show, so get them in as soon as possible. Well, more great news for the marketplace with interest rates remaining on hold and the cash rate staying at 4.75%.
And later on today in the show, we've got RP Data's Cameron Cusher, who's going to join us to give us an update on the marketplace. Now we're going to the inside story, where we're going to be talking about advertising real estate through social media.
While a number of us use social media to interact with friends, meet new people and play games, many are now tapping into this medium to buy and sell homes. As the average time on market for houses increases, social media can give sellers the edge in advertising their properties.
It sort of opens up a different market, more of a younger market who gloss over the whole real estate section in the newspaper, aren't so much newspaper readers, probably don't go onto real estate websites.
I mean, look, when I get home after like a day of work or whatever, I like to go relax on Facebook, and hey, I'm at that age and I'm probably going to look at moving out one day myself. And I mean, what a great thing to do, to be able to sit on sites like Facebook and be able to know a little bit more about properties and what's available.
According to social media news, with 9.8 million unique Australian users visiting Facebook every month, it's the most popular form of social networking in the nation. With so much potential for properties to be seen on this site, TOOP+TOOP has created the Your Network Wizard, which allows anyone to market homes to their circle of friends and beyond. This form of advertising can also be used via Twitter, LinkedIn and email. YouTube is the second most popular social forum nationally, with 6.7 million users per month. This is therefore the ideal channel to showcase everything your home has to offer with informative TOOP TV property videos. So with the social networking phenomenon growing every day and with buyers young and old logging in, why not take advantage of these trends and use them to sell your property?
Some pretty awesome IT initiatives there, and there is absolutely no reason you can't find a property today with all that media available. Joining us on the show now is colleague and sales partner at TOOP+TOOP, Lou Toop.
How are you, Tim? Hello, Mandy.
Hi, how are you?
Good to have you on the show. Lou, I guess the main reason for the first part of this discussion is your new initiative with Hutt Street Centre and Blankets on the Move. Would you like to give us a rundown?
Yes, well, Tim, you and I have been doing the Angel for the Day at Hutt Street Centre last 2 or 3 years. Last year, just touched on this Blankets on the Move in June idea. And as everyone knows, we're in the business of talking to people about moving house. And the idea is when they're moving house, they need to pack up, and there must surely be some blankets they don't need, some warm clothes, doonas, whatever else that we could help out the homeless people. So the initiative is get to those people through our contacts, through conveyancers, lawyers and so forth, spread the word, and hopefully we can gather those blankets through the month of June.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in because there's a great initiative in providing this information to our conveyancers, because they can really get to these people at the moment that they are packing up and moving, and remind people to drop them off.
Well, that's hopefully what's going to happen, and as a matter of fact, I've even got from one conveyancer, she said, look, I don't necessarily have any blankets, and I'll spread the word with the flyers that we'll send out, but send along a cheque as well.
You better give Christine a plug.
I will. Christine Bertram. Thank you very much, Christine.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's all about blankets, donations, anything to help the homeless people. It is cold out there, and they really need support.
And so tomorrow night is tonight?
Tomorrow night, Thursday night, 5 p.m. at our office at 84 King William Road at Hyde Park. We've got an event which we'll call the launch of the Blankets Appeal, and it's a matter of come along, bring your blankets, have a cup of soup made by the lovely Brenda from the Hutt Street Centre.
Yep.
And perhaps a winter beverage or two.
Good.
We've got the wood fire ready to go, the gas fire, so it should be warm.
Yep.
But outside, so that we can get in the mood to help the homeless people.
And I just noticed also as I was leaving the office, the Toop-mobile, the ute, for blankets on the move.
That's right. We're hoping to fill that up well and truly.
Excellent.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. So I guess you touched on the Angel for a Day. That's certainly something worth mentioning.
Well, that's something that we've enjoyed doing as a team. Tim, you and I and our team have been doing 3 or 4 days a year where we sponsor the day, where we pay money to help feed the people that come into the Hutt Street Centre. And part of that is, and the real benefit for us is we can actually go in and be hands-on to help serve the breakfast and the lunch. So that is really a lovely thing to do, and the Hutt Street Centre are always looking for people to donate money, donate their time and help out.
I mean, Lou, we're involved in a lot of charities, and this is just another one to add to that. TOOP+TOOP, we support variety quite strongly and have done for a number of years, with Anthony being one of the ex-chairmen of the board for that. The guys are always out doing...
the charity auctions.
The auctions are just amazing, and we're constantly on call to do that, and all our guys give their time freely. So to add Hutt Street into that, but I know you guys have been doing it for a number of years, but probably this is the first time we've actually put it out there to the public to assist with dropping in the blankets.
That's right, yeah. I
to
mean,
add
last
to that.
year we did it, but it was really just to see how it worked, and it got really good positive response.
Yeah.
This year we spread the word a bit more, and it looks like it's going to be really successful.
It's a really worthy cause. Now, Lou, while we've got you here, let's talk about what's going on out in the marketplace right now.
Well, you know, we're heading into winter time, and I think the buyers are out there. They're looking. They're not acting as quickly as we'd like them to, but we'd encourage them to look at the properties, do their assessments, put in offers. The owners, on the whole, are generally looking at the expectation of their properties and their pricing, and they've realigned prices where they think they need to, and so they really are waiting for the buyers to come forward and tell them what they think.
Do you think with the interest rate holding, that's going to give the buyer more stability? I mean, there's been this threat all year that we're going to have so many interest rates before Christmas. It's going to push interest rates through the ceiling, those types of things, which has probably caused instability and for the buyer not to have confidence. Do you think with that holding, that's going to change?
Well, I'm sure that will help because, you know, what we don't need is to have, you know, an interest rate rise at the moment. I think if we can just keep that on hold, let people get a bit of confidence back, and then, you know, at the end of the day, they still want to buy houses and shift on, whether they're downsizing or upsizing, and so really it should give them the confidence to keep moving on it.
So what would be your advice to buyers at the moment? I think they're sitting back and waiting, thinking, I'll just wait till the prices keep dropping, which is probably not the right thing.
Well, I don't think so, because they may well have an attitude that whatever the price is quoted is too dear. That's not necessarily the case, because a lot of those prices have been realigned, they've been brought back to try and meet the market, and so I think there's actually some very good buyers out there, and they just need to recognise that.
Can I chip in also and say I think there's a strong message to send to buyers at the moment, following on from Lou's comments, that they ought to be proactive in putting in offers. Auctions or properties that are just simply for sale, if they are the people who are on the front foot and putting the offer in, they'll often be the people who buy the property, because everyone else is sitting back on their heels and waiting. If they are proactive and get moving, they'll often win the property over and above everyone else who's caught napping.
So we're saying, actually, if you're interested in this property, put the offer forward, put it in writing, which is law, and show that you are really serious about this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you're at auction, don't sit back and wait for someone else to be the first bidder. Be the first bidder, and if you only make one bid, that's not a problem. At least you're involved in the process and get the negotiation started. I reckon that's the important part.
Well, if they're the only bidder and it's closed on that bid, it leaves them open for negotiation.
Absolutely.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a really important factor with the auction. Put your hand up wherever you're comfortable. You may not be buying it at that level, but at least you're involved in the process.
And the owners are I mean, they're motivated on the day, they're geared up ready to make some decisions on the day of auction, and even if there's just the one person who comes forward, puts a bid forward, if it's below their expectation, at least it opens up for those negotiations.
Exactly,
that's right.
Well, on that note, we've got some lovely properties and we're going to go behind the blinds now.